Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario themed city. And make sure to hit the like button too. The like button helps the channel a lot. Right now we are following one of the bus routes that we made last episode as we kind of take a jaunt through the new islands that we've been building. And I've been really enjoying these builds this week. It's been a lot of fun kind of designing these islands. I think they've come along really nicely. And we have one more episode to do with these islands, and this one is going to be a nature reserve island, which is a bit farther out of the city than the ones we've been kind of building up right now. And that's what we're going to focus on today. I kind of have a rough plan for today's episode, but if we have time left over, then we might look at adding in some residential in the Shatner Heights area because we have a ton of residential demand, and that's something that we definitely need to make sure that we keep up because the more residential demand that we fulfill, the more industry demand that comes up, which in turn is fantastic. Something serious is going on if there's a police command center. Oh, well, you know what? Probably that guy that just got hit by the bus. That's probably why they were here. We're just gonna delay a little bit because I was hoping that the bus was gonna go a little bit faster. I guess I can turn up the speed a little bit just so we can see the other island. This is Center Island, which I record all these episodes for the week before the first episode of the week airs, so the weekend before. So I haven't seen any of your name suggestions or anything like that. So, if you haven't seen your name suggestion in the city yet for maybe one of the islands, no worries. We'll talk about it next time we are in Brockton County. But, island builds, I don't know if I've really done too many in the past, but I think this one turned out pretty nicely. It's like its own kind of self-sustaining community. We've connected the transit pretty well into the downtown as well, with the fact that there's only really one bridge, which is if we were to take a right here, that's where the downtown is. But there's some pretty cool condos as well. I think it would be a really nice spot to live. I would imagine that some rather wealthy people would probably live out here. You'd have amazing views of the downtown from the island as well. So yeah, this is kind of the leisure entertainment district that we built. It would definitely encourage people to come out to the islands, and there's a pretty good shuttle bus. I think this is the one we're behind right now that kind of takes us there. So instead of delaying, let's just hop out and let's see. So I did just redo the buses, so they're still a little bundled up. But so here's the island that we just saw. We started the bus tour right here. We went around the island. It's really, I really enjoy this. So what we did this week so far, if you missed it, we built up this island that we're on. We also built up an abandoned island, maybe an older industry area that the city's kind of let go for various reasons. One including that they needed to bring in these cruise ships, which I'm assuming would probably be from Toronto or Buffalo or Ogdensburg, because this is on Lake Ontario. That's where the theme is. But let's just back up a little bit. We have our little bridge here. We have another bridge connection over here in some shallow land, which takes us over into this island, which I've spent some time detailing before today's episode. Selecting the right residential, and we have just a few houses out here. Perhaps these houses were built long before the city really became what it is today. And we also have a nice little ferry that goes from here to here, which connects us into our larger transit system because there's a metro stop right here. There's a couple tram stops. We also have a ferry stop from here, which goes right into here where, same thing. So we have our bus that runs between these two islands. And we have another bus that connects with that bus line and then runs right into Briar Rose Hills. So that's what we've done in the past. What are we doing in today's episode? Well, we are looking at this island over here. Now, I've done a little bit of terraforming to begin with, just so we don't spend too much time on the episode. But here's the island. It's something that we'd never really looked at in this series, mainly because why would we need to be out here? We're in the middle of the lake. But you know, it's a really elevated island, right? There's lots of cliff faces. So I don't think the city would have developed this land. I don't know if anyone would have, you know, tried to settle this land. Probably, but definitely would have been difficult. So I've created this little bit of a bay area, and I think this is where we're going to start in today's episode. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect a ferry. So what I kind of envision is maybe on weekends, or you know, maybe a couple times a day, more on weekends, there would be a ferry that would run from this island into the downtown. And say you wanted to, you know, come out here for a hike. I think this would be a really cool area, very picturesque. If we were to kind of hop into our viewer tool here, has a really nice shot of the downtown. So that's kind of what I envisioned. We're going to set up like a little bit of a you know, tourist hub kind of thing with, you know, some washrooms, an information center. We've got an abandoned lighthouse. Maybe there's some history with the shipping of the Great Lakes kind of through here. So I'm just going to check this out. Why is low land value? Well, you know what we can do to try to help out? We can just add in a little gazebo right over here. And why don't we throw another one in right here? Maybe that'll help out the land value just enough. I did see a green smiley face, so we'll leave that. Yeah, so let's start off with the pier, and we'll just go into the ferry tool here. We'll grab this small one. That's all we really need, and we'll just kind of position it right in the middle here. So we're gonna have a road here, unfortunately, but I think that's gonna be okay. Maybe we can set up just like a little bit of a hub with, you know, an ambulance or something like that. Yeah, there we go. So that's actually a pretty good height, what I'm kind of thinking, but why don't we try and just lower it a little bit more into the ground. We might be getting a bit too close to the water there, so let's raise it up a little bit. Something's going... Oh, there we go. Okay. And then let's just re-terraform this really quickly just to start off in today's episode. So we're just going to create a bit of a landing here. I'll extend it out onto the grass part so it's not just all on the beach. And then we'll come back here with our smoothing tool, and we'll just try and smooth a little bit of this out. Let's try and incorporate all of the beach into this area. Yes, I think I like that. And I think we're going to need to extend it out, whoops, a little bit more. Trying to incorporate all the sand in this little bay. So maybe it's, you know, a little bit of a beach or something. Be cool area to come and have a picnic on or something like that. Get rid of these trees on this cliff face because I don't think the trees would really grow right there. Alright, now we can probably reposition the ferry a little bit if we were to try and, you know, keep this area a bit more of a touristy area. I suppose we could move it over on this side. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move it over here. And then let's grab it again. And let's lower it down until we reach a desired height. That's pretty good. Alright, now let's do a bit more terraforming before we get too ahead of ourselves in today's episode. I'm just going to try and level this out a little bit more. Let's go with, say, that. And what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of creating a bit more of a beach that perhaps people would like to go and visit. So by kind of smoothing out this terrain, you know, there's some beaches that people would rather like to, you know, walk out into the lake a little bit. I suppose this area would be rather cold, but you know, the ferry will come right up into here. It'll stop, so it'll allow us to kind of have some beach going experience. So as we wait for that to flood, let's hook up the ferry path. So the ferry path I've already kind of brought out this way. So all we really need to do is just kind of hook it up. Why don't I just delete this back a little bit. There we go. Nothing too fancy. And then we'll run the ferry path, or the ferry stop, I guess, from here. And we'll run all the way through here, past all the cruise ships that are glitching out. We'll run right into this ferry pier over here. So when we originally built this pier specifically, we had this larger one set up with the two, and we had a second one over here. And I recall saying that this one was going to be the one for the nature reserve. However, we didn't end up really... oh, I don't think I actually we didn't bring it back, did we? So I don't think we actually ended up doing as many ferries as we expected to do with the series. So what I'm going to say is maybe this was the old ferry pier that ran from here to here, and the city bought up some land here to make a bit of a larger pier, and this is an older one or something like that. All right, so let's just make sure everything is hooked up. Yeah, we got those ferries coming out. Let's take a quick peek at ferry line 3. We have 4 ferries on here. I don't think so. Let's go with 2. I think that'll probably be fine. Let's make the color like a light green. It's a little bit darker. There we go. And this will be the nature reserve. All right. So, yeah, I really don't want to have too much going on over here, but you know, just enough to have enough support for people to you know, have a safe and happy experience over here. So we do have a road now over on this side, and I suppose we'll need that if we're gonna have a nature reserve gate and stuff like that. So I suppose what we can do is we can grab the road and could probably bring it out a little bit. Yeah, let's go to about here, and then I'll bring it out to about there, and then I'm just gonna end it right here, kind of squaring off the beach a little bit in a way. Let's just move it here just to adjust some of these curves, make it a little bit nicer. All right, so that works with me. We'll have the beach. It's kind of like free for all, I guess, and then we'll have the nature reserve gate over here, where we'll kind of just lead right up into the cliff here. I think we might need to do a bit of terraforming again, just to smooth this out a little bit, so that we can actually get a pathway going. So, all right. All right, so before we get into the nature reserve, we do need some services out here. I don't know if we really necessarily need them, but I'm a little worried that the helicopter services aren't going to be enough out this way. So I want to get just a little clinic over here, and then I think the fires will probably be fine. But why don't we just get a little police station over here as well? And so I suppose we can't get any commercial out this way because we need to ship goods in, and I'm not interested in doing that. But I guess we can create like a bit of a market kind of area, which would be in a you know, a similar kind of look, and we can get that right along in here. But we definitely need water, and we're gonna break some realism with this with how we're getting water into the city or island. And we're just going to, I suppose in real life they'd probably have a septic system, and they would, you know, maybe even be running off of well water. But how are we going to supposed to represent that in this island build? I don't know. So we're just going to connect it up right into the city's main water system, right across the lake here. It's fine. It's fine. So we got that in place. We don't really need a bus stop or anything like that. We can get, you know, some more piers out this way as well. That might be nice. While we're kind of looking at some things. Okay, we'll grab this one. And I'm just going to, yeah, you know, maybe there's like a, this pier is here for when you're waiting for your ferry, because I suppose they wouldn't be the most reliable service in the world. All right. And I believe there's some like, restaurant piers and stuff too. I think that'd be really nice. But they do have yes, they do have That's the fishing pier. This is the restaurant pier. Yeah, you know what? Let's put this one over here. Yeah, so they do have like the key wall attachment, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. So that's where the ferry kind of ends up. I don't think I mind having it on this side. And then let's just lower it down at the ground so that the key wall is a little bit hidden. Maybe we can kind of hide it right underneath the road, and we'll do a bit of a fix to kind of tweak with that momentarily. And I suppose I want it lined up directly with this pier, so I'll line it up like that. And then if we go into here, we grab the the building spawn point. We can pull back the spawn point right onto the stairs, so then people don't really have to worry about that. So we got a German restaurant. Very nice. All right, so what else can really go out in this little area over here? Well, I don't think there would be any buildings in healthcare. Oh, death care. We might need a death care building out this way as well. So I'll put this crematorium out here. Just kind of prepping for any potentials. I suppose that the helicopters and stuff would probably be good enough, but you can never be too careful. Okay, so we're good there. Police, probably good. Now we got what we need. I don't think we need any education out this way. Transport. No, I don't think we need a bus or anything like that. A marina. I was thinking about this as well, but yeah, I don't think this is the kind of thing I'm planning on doing. The beach volleyball, though, I think this could be interesting. Nice. I'm glad it doesn't have any like pavement attachments or anything like that. So we'll get 2 of these out in here. Actually, let's put these ones over on this side. All right, if we grab it, building spawn point, just pull it back into the asset a little bit. Same thing. And this one we're going to push over here. Cool, so we get some volleyball going on. That'd be really fun. Skate park, not really. Jet ski rentals. The jet ski rentals is something that I'm open to. I think that could be interesting. No, definitely not. We're definitely not that type of lake. Fishing tours, nah. Again, I don't really think so. The fishing pier, though, I don't think I mind having the fishing pier out over here. And then what we'll do is we'll just, whoa, put it out this way. And I think this would be a really cool shot of the city as well. So, whoa, a little bit too far there, Steven. All right, so let's grab that. Let's maybe pull it back into the road a little bit. So the node will help kind of hide this. If we were to try and do it straight off of the road here, what would that do? Yeah, it's pretty good. I think that gets us a nice shot of the city. So we can do that. All right, so I think those are just some assets in the tourism section. I think we're good over here. Nothing out on this side that we really need. The dog park, I think maybe we could squeeze that in somewhere as well. The merry-go-round, I think this asset is pretty good, but we might need to clean it up a little bit if we were to add it in. Same with the bouncy castle. So, ooh, that's a bit too big. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through everything because I don't want to miss something really cool. We could get one of these older piers out this way as well. No, let's leave it. All right, so let's actually get the nature reserve going then. So we need to go into parks. I suppose we need to actually make it a park first. So we'll just do this. Surround the whole island with this park. All right. So, oh, I guess we need to name it a nature reserve. Alrighty. So we need to go into here, grab the nature reserve, and I suppose we really only need the small park gate. This one, national park. You know, the thing that really bugs me about this one is this isn't a national park. It's an island. You know, I'm thinking that when I think national park, I think of, you know, like Yosemite National Park or something like that, or whatever that park is that Mount Rushmore is at, or, you know, something like that, like something with like historical significance. When I kind of see this, when I see this asset, I'm thinking more like this is like where I go in for a little bit of a hike, you know. But the thing is, we don't really need to park cars here because I'm not expecting people that would really drive. I think they will probably pull out their pocket cars and come out from the ferry and drive into here. So I'm going to try and limit that as much as I can. So I suppose by putting it out on this side, we might kind of help in that regard. Yeah, you know, this has like a little bit of a map right here. If we go into this view. So yeah, maybe this map is like the map of the island or something like that. All right. So now let us kind of set up the home base for the nature reserve. So what I'm thinking is we use some city park assets along the road here, and then what we'll do is we'll get a fence that kind of blocks off the hiking trail from the rest of it. So we'll kind of get like a bit of like a waterfront kind of style. So we'll go into the city parks, and we'll get. Oh, I really like this. I suppose what we could do is probably turn it. Maybe we can get this right here on the beach. Okay, let's click that in. We'll deal with it momentarily. But the washroom fits perfectly right here. We got the info booth as well. The info booth is a bit bigger than everything else. I really want the info booth in here, so why don't we kind of just switch them from either side. Alrighty, and then we have the cafe over here, so let's just try and kind of stick it out right like that. Yeah, that works. And then if we go into here, I think we can click, or is it, is this sand? Whoa, whoops, that was a little bit too big. Put this down. Yeah, I suppose it's not really working. So I suppose what we will have to do is kind of just, perhaps maybe we can fence it off a little bit, and then we can get a bit more pavement in here instead of sand. So why don't we just try and clean this up a little bit. So we'll just go straight out to here. Or something like that. Let's use move it just to clean this up a little bit better. Extend this out a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Then I'll grab the pavement tool. And we'll just try and fill this out a little bit. And then we can also just extend this a little bit as well with some other park assets. Like we go into here, we can get some picnic tables. It's very nice. Kind of just extends the look a little bit. Nice little cafe. All right, so we got this in place now. What other kind of buildings should we add in here? The gazebo, I think, could be a little fun little addition right here. Oop, did not mean to click 2 in. Oh, no. Nope, get out of here. We'll grab move it, and we'll just kind of use the gazebo to end off the build here. On this side, at least. All right. So I don't think there's anything in the zoo or amusement parks Actually, the amusement parks could be a little fun. Maybe we can get some of these in here. I think these are really cool. Kind of adds to the waterfront kind of theme, doesn't it? Okay, I wonder if we attach these, it's getting a bit too close. So we'll just try and clean it up a little bit. Get some little carnival games going on in here. I think that's probably fine though. I don't think we really need to add anything else in. The zoo, now I really like the zoo cafe and stuff like that, so we'll add these in as well along the waterfront here. And the zoo souvenir shop, not really, but we can add the zoo washrooms in. Perhaps this was the same developer that built these. That doesn't have to be a washroom, right? It can thematically be another cafe or something like that as well. Okay, so now we're kind of running out of assets until we start repeating things, because none of the nature reserve stuff works at all, right? So why don't we add one more of these restrooms in here? I think that'll help kind of end it off a little bit. And then we can go back into here and we can grab some of these. And I think if we add in a couple of these shops right in here, well, they're like noodle shops. I think maybe this would be maybe some local artisans come here and sell some goods while they while people come out this way. This is quite a lot of them, so I don't really know. I don't really think there'd be this many goods. Like how many little teeny shops would you say would really be out this way, right? So why don't we get there's no trucks, so we won't get the food truck. So we can get one of these right here. Pop soda. Now I believe there's some more little shops like that as well. Yeah, we got the grill. Ooh, actually, I think we should get the grill down over here. Kind of just helps add some things to it, to the area. And then we can get one of these over here. I think this is a newspaper stand, but still that works. All right. So let's add in some trees along here just to kind of help hide some things. I suppose we could add in a bit of pavement between these little areas here, maybe right in between the shops as well, instead of sand. Just extend it out a little bit, and then we'll use the trees to hide the rest. Okay, so if we go into the tree tool here, we can use this one. These ones are really large. They help hide things a little bit as well, which is really nice. All right, so now let's get a nice, big fence along the back here. Let's go with just an iron fence, I guess. We'll go from here. We'll try to connect these fences up. And it doesn't need to go all the way now because we have the trees over there. It kind of hides enough of it. And then from this side, we'll just extend it out from here. And we'll go right to here with a straight line. We'll just kind of allow it to just kind of end. Because I don't really see a need to continue it much more. Maybe we can get like an older fence that was right over here. We get it a little bit curved as well. It's broken up a little bit. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, let's just smooth this out a little bit better. All right. So I believe there's some assets that we can kind of add in, like umbrellas and stuff like that. I just can't remember where they are. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have to leave that blank. I'll try searching for it. No. I'm thinking chairs maybe. Some of these would be pretty cool. Deck chair. Where are these from? Holy cow, I've never seen them. Get some of these. I'm gonna go with the prop line tool, and we'll just kind of... Oh no, they're the wrong way. That's funny. Okay, well, people can grab them. And then what we'll do is we'll just delete every few, just to try and make things not seem so uniform. And we can grab some of these ones. We'll put these ones in single. And we'll just try and, you know, leave some of them out. Maybe people moved a couple down over here. Yeah, okay. So just to kind of add a little bit of detail from when we're looking at it from the distance. Let's go back to the fence really quickly though. And I want to grab this wooden fence. Yeah, I don't really want people walking from here. Let's actually go with an iron fence. And we'll just go from here to here. And then we'll just connect it up like that. And then we'll connect this up as well. And then from this side. Fantastic, okay. So I know we're spending a lot of time detailing just a couple of these things. We haven't even really gotten to the whole nature reserve part of it. But I think this was important to set up a little bit of like a home base, right? Because maybe you don't want to go on the hike. Maybe you just want to come here on the beach and hang out. And that's totally fine as well, you know? All right. So, now we got... The only features that really on this island is this old lighthouse, which we really need to just grab and bump into the ground a little bit. And then we also have a bit of a lake over here as well. So Myrtle Nature Reserve. If you have a name for the island, let me know. I did add, so I added a water source in here. I think we can raise it up a little bit. All right, so let's get the hiking portion of this going. And we'll start off by opening the Nature Reserve tab here. And we'll just go right away for the ones with lights. I'll bring the ones, the path with lights right up into here. And we'll bring this right kind of to the lighthouse with the lights. And then we'll kind of end it from there. So maybe a bit of a historical site. Maybe it's like the first lighthouse in the region or something like that. Okay, so I want to make this portion of the build relatively easy to hike because I want this to be accessible for everyone to come out to the historic lighthouse, right? So we got to make sure that the gradient isn't too crazy or anything like that. It's pretty steep right here. I suppose we could use the network multi-tool in this regard. So if we go from here up to here, 8%, that's pretty good. So then what we'll do is we'll just smooth everything out. All right. Just want to add in a few more of these trees though along the back here. It really helps hide kind of the glitchiness of everything, doesn't it? Okay, if we go into the surface painter here, we can just add some detail as well. Kind of help fill that up a little bit. Alright, so on these curves, what I would like to do is just to add in a little bit of nature reserve fencing. And I think this really helps the look a little bit. Oops. It doesn't have to be everywhere, just on the curves. All right, and then we're at this area here. So this is the lighthouse. What I'm thinking is we need a fence. So what I'll do is I'll just bring this fence out to about here. And we'll bring this out to this tree. Oh no, the tree disappeared. And then we'll just bring this along the outside here for a little bit. And then I'll just kind of end. Nothing particularly. Actually, I don't think we really need this then. Yeah, okay, so sticking with kind of the theme that we were doing last time, we type in abandoned. We get some of these as well. So this abandoned house, I think maybe at one point we had, you know, someone living out here, running the lighthouse, right? So I think maybe we'll have the abandoned house out here as well. We'll set it to the same height as the lighthouse. And again, maybe this is a bit of a historic site. I think maybe I need to go into the workshop and grab a few more of these abandoned buildings. I think they're really cool. And then again, like we were kind of saying, maybe at one point some of this land was used by people to live on. So we'll get a couple more of these houses on this island. So we'll say like maybe this person bought up this lot, which will be this area. We have the lighthouse operator. I'm sure that there was some houses down in here which have since been kind of destroyed. And then we'll get one house over here. And we'll just lower it a little bit. All right, some flooding land over here. I'm sure that will go away. So I think that's enough. We don't want to overdo it with the abandoned houses. Another lighthouse. I think we're probably good regarding lighthouses because we have another one over here. Oh yeah, but we have the castle walls, right? And I think that would be good additions because obviously we're not going to have castle ruins, or I mean a little tower. I don't think would be the worst idea in the world, but maybe not in this build particularly. Maybe what we can do is maybe we can get this to the same height. Let's try and just click this in. Let's see if we can grab it, because I remember we had difficulty last time. Oh, no, we can. Okay, nice. I'm thinking maybe we can just kind of bring this out a little bit. Maybe make it seem like it was a bit of like an old barn or something like that. With the height of this one particularly, it could almost be seen as like a bit of an old pathway as well, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we'll go back over into this house as well. Well, we don't really need to be on every house, right? We could also just build a bit of an old foundation over here as well. Why don't we put another one out over here? This one's just going to be a bit broken up. Yeah. All right, so now let's just try and clean this up a little bit. Get some more trees in here before we get the all the nature reserve paths in. Bit of a landing over here, that's pretty cool. It's really filling it up. So it looks like the water is just flowing right out, so we're going to need to do a bit of terraforming here. Okay, let's grab that height. And it looks like this probably is a cause of part of the cause of the problem. So hopefully we can section that off. And then I'm sure if we just smooth this out, the water will dissipate. And then we can actually use the land a little bit better. Yeah, so it looks like it's just pooling, right? All right. I suppose if we just made the brush bigger, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? All right, so why don't we get one of these old piers over here as well, which I believe If we just go to Forest Island and grab this one. It's a bit bigger than I was expecting. Or remembered. So why don't we go into the nature reserve? And I believe we have this one right over here. We could definitely add this in. And just bump it out like so. I think it's a little funny to kind of have this here as well. So we can do that. And we'll have to get a path out here, which is no problem at all because I believe we're kind of expecting to do that anyways. Is that good? Yep. Alright, so we'll bring this path along here, along these ruins. Alright, so I suppose we'll probably have to curve up here. And again, these ones, this is supposed to be a more challenging hike. Yeah, just like that, that works. And then we can get another piece of this go right out into here. And I suppose people would love coming out on this side because it has such a clear picture of the city. Well, a nice city skyline, if you will. Let's just bring this one right out into here. I think that's probably fine. And then we're out over on this side. And this is where it's going to get a little challenging how we're going to get a connection up into here. I suppose we can go right off into here, and then we'll just try to cut through that a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll bring this one down. Don't like how it's cutting so much, though. Alright, so we're just going to swing right by these abandoned features. Alright, so this one I think we'll lower a little bit. But I don't mind if this one is a bit higher. Kind of cleaning up that horrible terrain cut that it did. That's nice. And then why don't we switch up the paths a little bit, and we'll just go with just a plain dirt one. And what we'll do is we'll just bring this one right down into here. We can do the same thing with this little offshoot. Okay, very nice. So we kind of zoom out, we kind of get a nice little picture of the island here. Now, what's the level going to be for this? Well, I think we'll get to level 1 at least, or level 2 at least, which is nice. We just really need the visitors, which, let's just make it free. I think maybe that'll kind of help out a little bit. If we add main park, I think that'll also help. I don't know if that really helps increase the attractiveness. Night tours, I think that'd be really cool. Get some nice views of the city. Of course, we got to recycle. Advertisement campaign, I think that'll help as well. Okay, so there's still a few more buildings that I want to add in. Nothing crazy though. Just a few of these hunting cabins. I think these really add a lot to a historical site build. Maybe it's a bit newer or a renovated building, but maybe there's washrooms in here. So we have this larger one. I don't think the larger one is something I'm interested in. But why don't we put this one out right in here? All right, and then we have the overlooks and stuff. So we have these ones, and then we also have these ones. Now let's go with this one first. And then we'll stick this one right there. And then we'll grab it with move it, like we always do. And we'll just bring it back into the path a little bit more. And we'll lower it down, so it looks a bit more realistic. And then I'm sure if you came out over here, you pay your quarter to look out of the viewer, I mean, that is quite the view here. There we go. Look at that. With the blimp going by and everything. And all the cruise ship mitosis happening. But yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so we got one of those now. I suppose we can change it up a little bit as well. We can get a different kind. I don't think we would build one out over here. Actually, I think it's pretty nice. Actually, let's go with this larger viewing platform though, because I don't like the slope of the cliff that we're on. But if we just do that, yeah, there we go. And again, we'll go into the tab here. We'll zoom in. Just go down like that. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so we'll go to the other side of the island. And we'll do the same thing right over here. So we'll grab the larger one this time. And this one's going to go right here. And we'll just lower it down. Go into the tab again. We'll zoom in. So we're right here. Yeah, look at that. That's another great view. It's got a nice little view of the beach as well. Okay, and then we're coming down into here, and what should be down here? I think that abandoned pier would actually look really good down here. So if we go into the picker tool, we'll just click that abandoned pier from Forest Island, and we'll just plop that down. And yeah, and you know, some erosion has happened. Things have changed up a little bit since this was here. There we go. Yeah, it's very nice. And then, you know, on a nice day, you could probably see New York State from here. Okay, so let's get to one of those lookout towers. I like this one. And why don't we add this right here, just for that exact stake. On a nice clear day, you can come right up into the tower here. And I know we're just looking into the abyss, but I'm sure we would be able to see Upper New York State from here, since this is an Ontario themed city set on the shores of Lake Ontario. All right, so is there anything else we really need to do? I don't want this to be a camping kind of place, right? So we have the police or security, I guess, or the park rangers, I suppose would be the proper term. Why don't we just get, you know, a couple sections where there's some picnic tables. I think people would really like to have picnics down in here, wouldn't they? That seems like a nice area, though. And then how about down here by the water as well? I really like the nature reserve picnic tables. I think they're some of the nicest. Alrighty. So right on all these intersections here, I like putting this sign here, even if you know, it doesn't mean anything really. But oh, I put that one backwards. That wouldn't be helpful. But if we're saying this maybe is like a map or something, that would be really helpful. And then we'll add this one right in here. Let's make sure we're actually putting it the right way this time. Okay, so where's another cross section? Right here, we'll put another cross section, intersection. Holy cow. So we'll put this one over here then as well. And then here's another intersection. And then we have kind of two right here, so I think maybe we can just get... why not? It only costs 12 bucks. We can do it. Okay, so should we add this other hunting cabin? Oh, we did. We had one over here. We don't have another one over here, so why don't we add in this hunting cabin right here? It's not really a hunting cabin like we mentioned. Okay. Any other kind of things we can add in? You know, I kind of like these like cotton candy carts and stuff for this area as well. That's pretty fun. I see there are cars. So what we could do is we could ban parking actually. How could you bring your car to here? I suppose the ferry could be, you know, like car capable, but I think we're thinking this is a bit more of a pedestrian kind of area. We could actually also just ban cars on the whole road. Oh, garbage! Holy cow! I can't believe I forgot garbage. I was thinking about everything, and then I saw that truck. Okay, we need to figure out how to fit in this recycling center. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we forgot. Okay, well, I'm just gonna place it down right here, and then we'll just delete this fence. Now the thing about this recycling center specifically is it doesn't really look like a garbage depot. Maybe it has you know, the salt trucks or something like that, or you know, some of the tractors to clear the pathways a little bit. All right. Oh, thank goodness we remembered. All right. Well, I suppose the beach could use some more detailing up a little bit, but I think we kind of ran out of time, unfortunately. Kind of looking at some of these things. Some flowers might be nice along the beach. Get a couple of these picnic tables out over here. Really nice. Get a few more of these picnic tables along the beach as well. Ah, here we go. Everyone's walking along. We got the garbage truck. I know it looks like the cars are kind of in the ground, but that's okay. So, oh, they arrived at their destination. Okay, well, you know, everyone's walking along. This is looking really nice. People are going to the beach. They're going to all these attractions along the waterfront here. Go for a little bit of a hike, play some beach volleyball, get some nice views of the city. So yeah, this was a really fun build this week. I rather enjoyed building these islands up. Let's take a quick little gander over them all. So here's the Nature Reserve Island. Turned out really nicely with the historic lighthouse and a bit of a waterfront area. We got the abandoned industrial island over here as well. Then we have the gentrified leisure district over here with some nice condos over here now. And we got the smaller of the two. Old industry wharf kind of areas redeveloped by people, and we got some ferry connections in here. Now let's just take a quick peek at the ferries, and then we'll end it today. So yeah, you know what? Oh my goodness, people are really coming out here. Okay, let's bump it up to 5. Holy moly! It's probably more than enough, but I'm so glad people are coming. Look at this; they're all waiting to come out to our beautiful little day trip island. So hope you had a lovely day, folks. I will talk to you in the next video, which will be back in Fort Prairie. Have a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and peace out.